Vice President Kamala Harris just outlined her economic plans on the campaign trail. They would affect everything from grocery prices to home building. Joining me now is the former EDD director, Michael Bernick. Thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah.
All right, first, let's get your reaction to Kamala Harris's economic policy plans. What stood out to you?
Well, I think your report laid it out well. I mean, it's a real mix of items. A number of them are sort of taken from the longtime Democratic playbook. I remember some of them back in the Mondale campaign back in '84, the housing incentives in terms of developing housing, the first-time homeowners assistance. I think the one thing that stood out that's different is the approach in terms of her basically wage and price controls. And again, a lot of that will be the details. We've had various attempts dating back to the Nixon administration in the early 70s in terms of wage and price controls. They haven't worked out very well. But again, let's see what it comes down to in terms of details.
All right, we're also getting some news on the unemployment front today, just as the Bay Area sees a wave of new tech layoffs. California actually no longer the leader in unemployment, but it's important to dig in a bit more to the numbers here, right?
Oh, definitely. Yes, you're right. Today, we had been the highest unemployment among all states for a number of months. Today, actually, Nevada passed us. They have a 5.4% unemployment rate. Our unemployment rate is 5.2%. Tied with Illinois. So we're not the highest, but we're the second highest. So we're still well above other states, well above the national rate of 4.3%.
So what makes California unique to that, though? Why do you think our numbers are so consistently high? Is it because we have the largest population?
No, not at all. They're both short-term and long-term. There's some short-term impacts, obviously the tech layoffs in our area, that have continued longer than expected, the more severe shutdowns during the pandemic, and then there's sort of the root elements in terms of the regulations, administrative state we've built up here in California over the past 3 decades.
So what advice do you have for folks either currently in the job market, looking to make a change in careers perhaps, or people entering the workforce? You know, a lot of people come to the Bay Area to work in tech. Is that a risky industry to be entering into right now?
Well, in the 50 years I've been involved, tech has been a continual process of job creation and destruction. So even in good times, tech firms are laying off workers. It remains fundamentally very sound. What's a little bit different this morning, we had massive overhiring during 2021 and 22. Then tech followed with layoffs in 2022, 2023. It looked like those layoffs were slowing down, even ending to some extent. But we've seen just in the past couple weeks, really, in terms of the announcement this week by Cisco, the announcement by Intel, the announcement by Tally. So the tech layoffs are continuing longer. Again, layoffs in tech are ongoing even in good times, but the extent of the layoffs is surprising.
And I'm curious, with the upcoming election, would you expect to see some sort of impact to the unemployment numbers, jobs created or jobs lost, given the outcome of the election?
Well, I think we'll see a slowdown in any event in terms of, we're beginning to see it. We saw in terms of nationally a slowdown to 110,000 jobs created nationwide in July. Here in California, the job creation numbers went down to 21,000. And I might add, Liz, of that 21,000 that came out this morning, over 19,000 were in government. And so most of our job growth this past month has been in government, whereas these other fields, the private sector fields, construction, manufacturing, financial services, business and professional services, showed minimal or no gains. And I think that's concerning.
Former EDD Director Michael Bernick, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks so much for watching. To view more content like this, we've selected some videos that we think you'll enjoy. And don't forget to like or click that button here on the bottom left of your screen to subscribe.